What's going on, everybody? Hey, I just wanted to hop on for a minute and Clarence Thomas, you're funny, dude. So listen, first off, I want to say that man, Grant and Elena Cardone, you guys are amazing. And look, I'm even repping the GC brand tonight. So, Grant and Elena Cardone, you guys are unreal. Richard Trevino. I gotta get that right, bro. Greg Crane, how are you? I always want to say Richard Trevino, but it's Trevino, like El Nino. Joel Boer, how you doing? Terrell, Sean Barclow, I'm sorry, man. I'm just butchering names. Anyway, I want to say, like Grant and Elena, you guys, I don't know if they'll even see this video, but if they do, if you see this, man, you guys are amazing. What you're doing for the people in Texas, for the people in Houston, wow, unbelievable. So, that's why, but that's the exact reason why things go well for them. Not always. I mean, I know that things aren't always perfect for them. Hey, Norma, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being on here. So, things don't always go right? They don't always go the way you want them to go. So what do? I'm going to tell you a quick little story. A little bit ago, and I mean a little bit ago, what is this, 10:20? So about an hour ago, we're looking around the house for my wife's phone because she misplaced it. And hey, Maria, how are you? Maria Cristiano, I appreciate you. You're amazing. You're always liking and sharing my posts. Thank you for everybody who shares my stuff and likes it and follows me. I really genuinely appreciate all of you. And thanks for all those thumbs up and hearts. And Richard, I know that was you with the laughing at me clicks. But anyway, so we're looking all over the house, and my wife says, maybe I left it outside. So she goes outside. There they are, the laughter. Thank you. She goes outside to look for her phone, and I'm looking around, and Abigail's looking around, and we're all looking around, and we can't find her phone anywhere. So Jill and I, my wife and I, go outside, and Abigail goes, "Where are you going?" I go, "We're going out here just to look for her phone." And so her and I both have flashlights. We're out there looking. Maybe she dropped it in the yard, which is a big yard. So we're looking around. We can't find her phone. And I'm like, how do you lose your phone? My phone is literally attached to me. I don't know how but anyway. So we're looking around, and I'm probably being a little bit of a jerk. And so Abigail, bless her little heart, 7 years old, she decides she's going to come outside and help us look. So she comes out, and I'm literally just walking back up to the door, and she comes out, and she's got the light on her cell phone, and I go, "Honey, we're not. It's not outside. We gotta look inside. It's got to be in the house somewhere." So we come in, or she comes out. As she's coming out, I'm walking up the driveway. And she pulls the door shut, and she says, "Daddy, I came out to help you find it." And I said, "Honey, it's not out here. Let's go inside." And I go to open the door, and she locked the door. Abigail had locked the door. Inadvertently, she thought she was unlocking it or something, and so she locked the door. Well, as you can see, I'm sitting in my house now. It's all good. We're back in the house. But it was not cool, man. It's like 9:35 at night, and she locked the door. We're literally all three standing outside of the house and can't get in. And we got our big dumb dog and our little dumb dog looking up at us through the window. What's up, Logan? How you doing, bro? We're looking up, or the dogs are looking at us, and I'm like, and you know, so my wife's like, Marley, open the door, and I'm like, don't do that. Just please don't do that. Hey, Lizzie, how are you? I said, don't talk to the dog, please, because that dog is not gonna open the damn door, okay? Like, just stop. I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and Abigail, like, she feels so bad, bless her heart, she starts crying, and I said, honey, stop. Don't cry, it was a mistake, it's okay. And my wife's like, well, we can the windows open over by the dining room area. We can you know, bust through the screen. Well, these are like very expensive Pella windows. These aren't cheap screens. Like, you don't just bust a screen. And so I go, no, don't do that. Do not do that. There's a lockbox, one of those realtor lockboxes, and I know the key's in there. But I have no idea what the code is. And my wife's like, oh, it's in my email, not the code to the lockbox. And I go, oh, cool. Where's your phone? And she goes, I don't know. I go, right. So that code being in your email literally is serving no purpose at this moment. So let's not get excited about that being in your email. And so I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, this is insane. And I thought, what would MacGyver do? What would Richard Trevino do? And so I thought, well, you know, the guy that we're renting the house from, he knows the code. I'm going to call him. So I call him and it goes right to voicemail. And I'm like, crap, he's out of the country. Well, I have his cell phone number for Jamaica too, and I'm like, everybody, and like my daughter's crying, my wife's upset, everybody's upset. We're literally standing outside, and it's pitch black. We are not in the city, okay? Like, it is pitch black outside. There's spiders like big enough to eat a freaking rhinoceros, and I'm like, you know, what do you do, man? What do you do? Like, you can't, like, yeah, everybody gets angry. Greg Walker, how you doing, bro? What's up? Lizzie Lou, look at some amazing people. So, you know, when things like that happen, like you're locked out of your house out in the middle of nowhere, and I'd hate to be stranded out. It's a long ways from there, Michael. Me too, I'm with you. So, what do you do? So I call the guy's international cell phone number, the guy that owns this house that we're renting from, and I'm like, I know he's gonna answer because I've never called his internet. There's Jeremy Warner. Hey, bro, how you doing, man? So I'm like, I've never called his international cell phone, so he's gonna know when he sees that it's me calling. Wow, this is important. And so he answered his phone. I said, hey, Doc. He's a doctor. I said, hey, Doc. He's like, Ken, everything okay? And I go, yeah, everything's great, man. How are you? He's like, good. I'm in Jamaica. What's up? And I go, well, funny story. Not really a funny story. Oh, I said, but my wife lost her cell phone. We're out looking for it. My daughter comes out to help and she locks the door. So we're locked out of the house and I really don't want to break one of the screens. He's like, yeah, I don't think that'd be cool either. Yeah, why don't I just give you the code to the lockbox? So he did. And luckily I had put the key back in the lockbox and here we are, we're in the house. So, you know, we all get stressed out over the dumbest things. I mean, being locked out of your house and not being able to get in, and you're looking and you see your cars in the garage and your dumb dog is looking at you through the window like what? And then your wife starts talking to the dumb dog, thinking the dog's gonna open the door. Anyway, things happen in life, and so, you know, what do you do when things go wrong? What do you do? You know, you just gotta deal with it. And getting stressed out and getting upset and getting all, it doesn't do any good. It doesn't do any good. It doesn't, and in fact, it works against you. So, you know, I think that just being, you know, staying in like Richard Trevino did. Richard is literally I think one of my best friends in the world, and you know, he lives down in Corpus Christi. And when the hurricane hit down there the other day, I was calling him and I said, dude, get out and come to Ohio, dude. You bring your family. You guys can stay here with me until all that passes. And he's like, no, bro, we're going to make it, man. We're going to be fine. I said, Richard, get your family and get out of there, bro. Get on an airplane and fly your butts up here to Ohio and stay with me. Ain't no hurricane hitting here, okay? And if it does, we're all screwed. Hey, Ricardo, how you doing, man? So I love you too, bro. So he says, no, man, I got widows and children at my church I got to be there for. And I said, dude, the heck with them. I'm kidding. I mean, I said that, but I was joking, obviously. And you know, he gets on a live stream and he's like, oh, Richard Trevino reporting live from Corpus Christi, and shh, you can hear the wind blowing, and he's moving the phone around like it's blowing him. And he goes, I'm just kidding. It's really not that bad. Hey, Michelle, thank you. I appreciate that. I think, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But so he's like, you know, and he's like, I'm kidding. It's not that bad. Quit listening to all that fake news. And he's, you know, excuse me, he's literally just, you know, enjoying the moment, you know. How many people can say they've actually experienced or lived through a hurricane? I can't. I've never lived through a, oh, okay. I've never lived through a hurricane. I've never been in, you know, 125 mile an hour winds. I'm not saying you know, like, hey man, I'm not hoping for that for me or anybody else, but you know, he maintained a good attitude, and you know, like us getting locked out of our house tonight, you know, you stressing out and getting upset and all pissed off and all that, like, you can't, I mean, look, in the moment, I was like, oh no, Abigail, you locked the door? And I wasn't laughing. I'm laughing now, but I was not laughing when it happened. Like, she's 7 years old, man. I mean, you know, what's the Forrest Gump thing? Poop occurs, right? So, like, it happens. But in the moment, I was like, okay, like, instantly, it was like anger. I want to get angry. Is the instant emotion you feel. And then it's like, well, she's 8 or 7 years old. Why in the world am I going to get angry at a 7-year-old? That I'm sure Deb Ballinger, hey, I'm sure that she thought she was unlocking the door when she came out. And so it is what it is. You can't get it. When you get angry and all emotionally distraught and upset over the shit that life throws at you, then you're going to have a terrible, terrible life and existence. I mean, that's not what life's about, in my opinion. Life's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to help other people. It's meant to go out there and have fun and you know, try to help other people along the way. And after it was all said and done tonight, and we got the key and we got in the house and all of that, you know, it was like, you know, it's, hey, Weldon, Wally Long, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thank you for jumping on here. So, you know, we got back in the house. Everything was fine. I had my wife and daughter. My daughter climbs up on my lap, and I said, honey, she was crying. She really felt genuinely bad, like she had really messed up. And I'm like, honey, it's okay. You didn't know you were locking us out of the house when you pulled that door shut. It's all good. And I said, it's okay. And she's like, but I really messed up. And I go, you did not. Stop it. I said, it was a little mistake that you didn't even realize you were making. So you gotta just, let that stuff go. People, that I think that really screws people up is we expect ourselves to be absolutely perfect. A 7-year-old child, she expects herself to be absolutely perfect. And that's just not cool. I mean, I want my kids to expect themselves to make mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes in life. It happens. And then you make the mistake. What we all hate, what's the reason that people are so afraid of public speaking? I've heard that people have a greater fear of public speaking than they do of dying. I've heard that, right? And it's because we have these pictures of making a mistake publicly in front of people, and that everybody's going to judge us. Well, if they judge you, then that's not about you. That's about them. That's about them. When you make mistakes, you make mistakes. When you screw up, you screw up. You do your best. You do your best, and you keep on moving, and you let it go. And before my little girl went to bed tonight, I made absolutely certain that she knew that it's okay that she closed that door and locked us out of the house. I can't even believe I'm saying that. She locked us out of the house. But she didn't do it on purpose, and I wanted her to know that it's okay. It's okay. It's actually funny now that I'm not locked out of the house anymore. So you just gotta let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, right? It's all good. And I made sure that she knew before she went to sleep tonight that number one, she's really loved. Number two, she's going to make mistakes in life. We all make mistakes. And it's okay. Michelle Rudd, how are you? Oh my gosh, how are you? I wanted her to know that, hey, it's okay. We make mistakes. It's okay. You're loved. You're going to make mistakes. You're not growing in life unless you do make mistakes. And the way to really grow is to make the mistake, learn from it, and then move on. Let it go. Absolutely let it go. That's why I happen to love that song from the movie Frozen. Let it go. Just let it go. So, I just want to jump on here and talk about that. What do you do? How do you handle things when they don't go the way that you want them to go? How do you handle those things? Because the way that you handle things when they're not going the way you want them to go is going to dictate a lot of other outcomes in your life. It really is. When my wife and I and my 7-year-old little girl were locked out of our house tonight because Abigail, there's my sister Melanie, hey, unless it's 225,000. Armand, my brother, how are you? Unless it's 225,000, I don't understand that. And if $225,000 is all you've lost, congratulations, because I've lost a whole lot more than that. Millions of dollars from making mistakes. Dumb mistakes. You just make mistakes and then you got to let them go. I'm not saying that it's okay, especially if I've had employees steal from me. I've had bad business deals where people told me something that didn't happen, and it's okay. Do I get pissed off in the moment? Yeah, I've lost more. I've lost recently double that. So I get it, Michelle. I'm not saying it's easy. But you have to be able to let it go, right? Because if you stay stuck in it, you're never going to grow. You're never going to, you lost 225,000 and that's painful and it hurts. I get that. Trust me, I understand. But if you're able to learn from what caused you to lose that and not make that same mistake again, or possibly improve your overall business because of that mistake, and then you can go, you can take off, you can launch like a rocket. I've started over so many times in my life from zero, sometimes worse than zero. And you know what? I can tell you that you cannot grow by everything going perfect all the time. You just can't grow. So, and it also forces me because I saw Weldon Wally Long was on here just a little bit ago, and I don't know if he's still here or not, but somebody was talking about his books the other day on a live stream, and I actually, I went back and I thought I had read both of his books, and I had read his first one. I can't recall them from memory. I read a lot of books. I have a hard time remembering all the titles, but he has another book that I started reading, and I had forgotten I started reading it. And I was in this situation, this emotional thing, where I'm like, you know what, I gotta read something, and I open it up and I started reading it, and I literally started getting some nuggets from that immediately. So, you gotta just embrace the pain. Sandy, hey, Jordan Thomas, what's going on? How you guys doing? So you gotta learn to, when things go wrong. Have you ever heard the poem "Don't Quit"? Right? Do you know it? When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And it goes on, and I don't know all the words. But if you can Google it. It's the poem called "Don't Quit." Carrie Cordell, hey, how are you? So listen, when things are going to go wrong, that's life. It's learning to grow from the mistakes, and then let go of your screw-ups. I think it's hilarious now that my 7-year-old daughter locked us out of the house tonight. That's absolutely hilarious. It was not hilarious in the moment. Actually nobody knows who wrote that poem. It's author unknown. Author unknown. People write things all the time. One of my favorite quotes is, "There's no such thing as an original thought. All wisdom is plagiarized. Only stupidity is original." People write things all the time, then they try to take credit for it. And there's what's the one? The Paradoxical Commandments. A lot of people gave credit to the Mother Teresa for the Paradoxical Commandments, and she actually is not the person who wrote the Paradoxical Commandments, but a lot of people gave her credit, tried to give her credit for it. She read it, and then she took and put her own little twist on it and had it framed, and it used to hang on her wall in her office. But it was actually a guy by the name of Dr. Kent M. Keith that wrote the Paradoxical Commandments, and he has a website on it. So, look, I don't even know what got me into that little diatribe, but here's the thing. Things are going to go wrong, period. It's going to happen. In the book, The Road Less Traveled, one of the most famous lines of any book ever written are the first 3 words of that book, and that is, life is difficult. And once you accept that life is difficult, it makes it easier to transcend the difficulties. When things are not going the way you want them to go, when things are not going the way that you want them to go, you should be excited, because that means some really cool shit's getting ready to happen for you. And I truly mean that. I can't think of a time in my life when things were going bad that some magic occurred shortly thereafter. So that's all I wanted to say. Look, we got locked out of the house tonight. My little girl inadvertently locked the door, and we found ourselves standing outside of our beautiful home, locked out. And, you know, instead of freaking out and panicking and getting angry and mad and you know, throwing a rock through a window or whatever, you know, I just said, we will figure it out. Everybody relax. Everybody calm down. Just be cool. Stay cool. No anger. No pointing fingers. No blame game. None of that. Just be cool. And if you just stay cool, even if you lose $225,000 in 1 year or 1 month, no matter what, if you just stay cool, do not, I'm going to repeat this, do not allow yourself to be a freaking victim, because then you give away all of your power. Do not become a victim, especially to a simple circumstance of a damn door getting locked accidentally or losing $225 million. Do not allow yourself to be a victim. You can feel the emotion of anger. You can feel the emotion of oh, I put my trust in somebody and they let me down, or I didn't follow my gut, and it's, you know, whatever it is, but do not become a victim. Do not. You can't be a victor and a victim. It's not possible. So you've got to decide, do you want to be a victor or do you want to be a victim? Do not. I don't care what is going on in your life. If you allow yourself, hold on, my phone's trying to die on me. See, I'm not a victim, I'm prepared. I have a charger right here. If you allow yourself to become a victim, you give away 100% of your power. And that is the truth. So don't let yourself be a victim. Ever. You're too powerful. You're too good. If you're on my stream and you're watching me, either you're a stalker with ill will, and that's probably not what you are, or B, you're a really, really good person with a good heart and pure intentions, and if that's who you are, then don't ever, no matter what happens, a guy comes up and mugs you at gunpoint, give him what you can give him. I don't have that anymore, Richard. It quit working, oddly enough. But you give him what you can give him and walk away. Because there's a book, I just had it in my hands the other day. Let me see if I can find it. This is a good book, by the way. Deepak Chopra, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Here is a super good book if you've never read it. Og Mandino, The Greatest Salesman in the World. Freaking amazing book. Here's a really crappy book. I'm just kidding. This is a great book by my buddy on here right now. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Richard Trevino, Taming Turnover. Richard is a freaking amazing guy. Here is another great book, 2,000 Quotes to the Wise by John DeMartini. I can't find it. It's here. But if you've ever read the book, it's written by a guy named Viktor Frankl, who was he was in the death camps in Auschwitz. And it's called Man's Search for Meaning. It must be over there on my bookshelf, but It is a phenomenal book. A phenomenal book. I mean, the dude watched his entire family, his wife and children and in-laws and aunts and uncles, get slaughtered by German soldiers. And he said, I mean, he watched people around him that were not taken into the gas chambers die of starvation and broken hearts and everything else. And he said he was, you know, I forget what he said, he was given a sip of water a day or something like that, and like half a piece of bread a day to eat and live on. And he was down to skin and bones. And in this book, it's an unbelievable book. It's an unbelievable book. Yeah, Eva, it's a great book. And you know, he says in there, and I'm paraphrasing, by the way, but he says in that book that he realized at some point that if he didn't allow the German soldiers to take over his mind, that he could win. In other words, he didn't allow himself to become a victim. And if you don't, and he ended up coming up with the one when he said that the soldiers can take his freedom. They said they couldn't. Yes, if he didn't allow them to take over his mind, that he would win. So, you know, there's some amazing books out there. There's some amazing things that we can all learn from, and especially life experiences. Like when Michelle was saying she lost $225,000 in a year. I know people that have lost, you know, millions and millions of dollars. Hey, Sandy, welcome back. Millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars in a year, and they have made hundreds of millions more because they don't allow. He visualized. That's right. They don't allow themselves to be victims. And again, I don't care what life throws at you. It's going to throw some shit at you, man. It's life. Life is difficult. But if you don't allow yourself to become a victim, hey man, you got a chance. You got a good chance. I posted earlier on my Facebook page that, you know, to do positive affirmations, do the things, the visualizations. You know, I live in a beautiful, beautiful home. She was a POW. Wow, Deb, I didn't know that. Wow. It's those moments that define us. How so? Ask me how. How do they define us, Richard? So, you know, with life changers, right. But, you know, what happens is life comes at all of us. You know, I used to think, I mean, I was a raging alcoholic for 34 years. Well, not a good portion of 30 years, though, of my life. And I've been sober for 15 now. And I used to use my childhood and all these horrible things that happened to me, and if you had my problems, and had you been you know, through the stuff I've been through, you would drink the way I drink too, and pour me another drink. And I left a path of destruction behind me. Life is difficult for all of us. Life is difficult for every single one of us. I've sat in AA meetings. I've been in other groups where you know, I heard this guy say one time in an AA meeting, he said, "There's a major loss can always be go through difficult moments. If I made it through this, through that," yeah, exactly, dude. You're exactly right. Richard Trevino is right. And that is why, my friends, he is a #1 best-selling author, Taming Turnover. So, you know, I've been in AA meetings where they said, look, if we all threw our problems into the middle of this floor and you could pick up anyone's problems that you wanted besides your own, it wouldn't be long. You'd bring those problems back and say, hey, man, hey, hey man, I can't deal with this shit right here, man. Can I have my problems back, please? I can't. I just can't. I can't. Oh, good night, Maria. Good night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, you know, you gotta not allow life to victimize you. And people get stuck in that, Arthur. People get stuck in the challenges life's thrown at. Like, I lost 225,000. I lost $1 million I lost $1 million one year. And, you know, I allowed myself to be victimized by that. I allowed myself to be victimized by some stupid things, people that did some dumb things, but primarily I allowed myself to be victimized by me. By me. It wasn't anybody else. It was me. I am the one that hired those people. I am the one that didn't hold those people accountable. I am the one that allowed life to kick me in the teeth and then stay down as a victim for way too long. And I allowed life to beat the crap out of me and win for a while. And when you say, you know what? I'm done, man. I am not letting life victimize me. I'm not letting this person victimize me. I'm not letting these circumstances victimize me. I'm not going to do this crap anymore. You let it go. You let it go, and then you open up yourself to unbelievable possibilities. I'm seeing people post stuff on Facebook, and I'm about to start blocking people, quite frankly. I already unfriended a couple of them. People are posting stuff about Pastor Joel Osteen down in Houston, saying that he's not helping people and he's not doing... Dude, did you talk to him? Did you talk to him? Do you know what... Are you following him around, or are you just watching a bunch of crap on the internet? Like, stop freaking making your decisions based off of some video you watched on Twitter or Instagram. Are you kidding me? Like, you're going to judge a man that has 54,000 people in his congregation, mind you. 54,000 people that donates money and things all over the world to help people. And you see one damn video on Instagram or on Twitter or wherever, and all of a sudden you are a Joel Osteen expert? Come on, man. Give me a flipping break. First off, I don't know the circumstances. If I had Joel's cell phone number, maybe I'd call him up and ask him. I doubt it, though, because the guy is pretty dang busy. Like, give me a break. Stop pointing your finger at other people, man. You don't even know the truth. You don't know the truth. So stop spreading the poisonous bullcrap news. It's not real. It's what my brother Richard just said and what Wayne Self said. It's freaking fake news. Stop it. Stop poisoning. And if you're going to poison your mind with that, then don't bitch about how bad your life is. Because it's your fault. If you're going to spread bullshit like that, it's your fault that your life sucks. It's not Joel Osteen's. It's not anybody else's. Let it freaking go. I've seen the same things from people posting, this man is blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Unfriend. You're no longer my friend. You're going to spread poisonous crap like that? Get out. I don't need you in my life. I don't need you. And if you don't, and like Sandy said, people don't have anything else to do, then if you don't have anything better to do than spread BS news and fake news and make crap up and stuff that's, I mean, come on, get out. And I saw some video that, oh, look, I'm right outside the church and look, you can't open the doors. It's like, dude, it holds 52,000 people. You are outside of one set of doors. How do you know the other side of that stadium, by the way, it's a stadium. How do you know it's not flooded? Like, what the, I don't get it. Just stop spreading the BS poison. Stop the right, John. John Schuller just said that. You can't do it, man. Like, and if you're gonna do it, don't expect to have a great life. Your life's gonna suck and you're gonna be miserable. I mean, when I go to a set of doors on a football stadium, literally it's a football stadium, and I go, look, man, the doors are locked. Look, oh, I'm gonna put this on Twitter. Get a freaking life, man. And if you buy that shit, shame on you. If you spread that out there on the internet, you spread that nonsense, super shame on you. Because honestly, you're just literally setting yourself up for misery. You're setting yourself up for misery. So sorry, I got a little carried away there. I didn't mean to, but I hate to see. You know, I'm doing some coaching. I'm coaching some people and some phenomenal people, and I see so many things that, and I see it because I've done it myself, where I set myself up for failure by doing stuff like spreading fake news. I had Facebook send me, Lee Steele, my brother, how are you, man? Good to see you. So, you know, Lee Sassenall. So, you know, like I Facebook sends you those, they send you those things where, what is it, the memory things, you know, here's a look back on your memories. And I got this thing the other day that it was from like 5 years ago or something, and it was some BS fake news story is what it was. It was some negative thing where I actually posted it to Facebook, and I was like, and I'm like, God, I did that? I posted that? You got to be kidding me! I can't believe I did that. Wow. And then I sat there and you know, it gives you the option to share. I'm like, I should share this just for fun to see if people get fired up, but I'm not going to do that. But you know, like I looked at that and I thought, well, that's pretty cool that A, I recognized that was negative. B, I recognized that I was an idiot for ever posting that. And C, I recognized that I've grown. Like I've grown, and that's cool. Like that's cool. So, you know, and hey, listen, people that, shaking my head, right. So, you know, people that I see posting all this fake news and garbage, and, you know, look, I don't need to get on Facebook or any kind of social media to hear negativity. All I have to do is turn on CNN or NBC or Fox News, even any of them. Like, all I have to do is turn on the news and I can hear all the negativity I want to hear, because that's all their ratings are based on. And if you think you're a news reporter and you're gonna blow up your Facebook feed with a bunch of negativity, well, you can probably attract a lot of people to join in your little pity potty. But you know what? You're not going to attract a lot of money, wealth, and happiness. I can tell you that for sure. If you live your life to spread negativity and all of that crap. Mike Chavez, how you doing, bro? Didn't you wave at me today? I think you did, man. Anyway, so if you cannot listen to that. You can't, and if you see it, I mean, if I see people I thought so. I hit you back, man. I said, "What's up?" But I see it, and now I'm just like instantly unfriending people. Like, I don't have time for it. That's not the life I want to live. That's not the direction my life or my business is headed. It's not. You did. You waved at me, I know. So that's not the way my life or business is headed. And got slammed. Yeah, so did I. It's not the direction I'm headed with my life or my business, and I want nothing to do with people that are doing that stuff. So, you know, at first, I remember when I started seeing Grant Cardone post about that, like, cut out the negativity, you're not a garbage truck, you know, stop spreading negativity. And I thought, yeah, he's right, you know, and then I've seen a couple of times where it's like, well, wait a minute, I've posted some garbage, And so I've stopped. I just won't do it. I won't do it. Even talking about it feels like it feels like garbage. You know what I mean? But I got fired up about the Joel Osteen thing, man. Joel Osteen has done more good for people. The people that are saying negative things about him literally could not pick up one of his school papers and carry it. Okay? Like, those people that are talking trash about Joel Osteen, you know, and I don't claim to be a big religious guy, but I can tell you this: Joel Osteen's done a whole lot more good in this world than I have, a whole lot more. And I'm going to tell you something else. I hope he's the richest preacher that ever lives on this planet. Good. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, right, Mike, but like, it's like people are so quick to judge, man, and they want to throw stones at people because he's Joel Osteen and, oh, the rich get richer and lock all the poor people out. What a bunch of dipshits to even say that or think that. I mean, anyway, so like, it makes me crazy. Like, he's a good man. I don't know him. I lost his cell phone number. I would have called him. I'm kidding. I don't have his cell phone number. Never have. I mean, but I know this. He's done more good in this world than most people. I know that for a fact. And if that means he's putting, you know, 50, 60, $100 million a year in his pocket, good for him. You'll text him. Yeah. Say, come on, Joel, jump on here, man. Jump on here. Right? So, right. So I just think that, like, you know, don't spread the crap around, man. You see somebody that posts that stuff. I don't even, like, you know, I used to be like, oh, I'm going to show them. I'm going to jump on here and I'm going to lay it out to them so they know how dumb they are. Guess how well that works? It doesn't work, man. You ever heard the saying, a man convinced against his own will is of the same opinion still? Like, it's like arguing with I don't know. I mean, like, it's like arguing with a 3-month-old infant that's pissed off because they're hungry and they can't talk. So all they can do is scream at you. Like, what's the point? If somebody's out there saying Joel Osteen is a piece of crap or what, they got their own issues. They got their own issues. So, you know, sorry, I went off on another tangent there and I've gone way longer. Hey, Fiona, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for hopping on my live stream. And thank you for everybody who shared this, for all the thumbs up, the likes, the laughs. Mainly me just laughing at my own dumb jokes. Where have you heard what? You see two people arguing, no one knows who the fool is, right? That's right. And, you know, the other thing is, what's the, who is it? Confucius said that if you are going to seek revenge, dig 2 graves, right? So you just gotta freaking, like, you know, I mean, people are gonna be judgmental. I'm judgmental. I used to be a lot worse. I'm not as bad anymore now. Hey, TJ, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. So you know, I used to be a lot worse. Now I have a tendency of being judgmental for about the first day or two, maybe I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe 5 minutes. Sometimes it depends, But then I find myself sending them maybe a little prayer, sending them a blessing, and then letting it go. Because quite frankly, if you hold on to all that crap, it's like you drinking poison and expecting them to get hurt. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for you. It'll cause you harm. So, you know, look, when things go wrong, stay calm. Just stay calm. It's all going to be okay. I mean, I'm 49 years old, and I have died at least 1.7 trillion times in my life. I've been obliterated from this earth. And it hasn't really happened yet at all. It's just every we have 60,000 thoughts a day on average. How many of those thoughts are negative? How many of them are negative? A bad thing happens, and then, my first AA sponsor, I used to get, man, when I first got sober 15 years ago, I was in AA, and I mean, it wouldn't matter if somebody sneezed at an AA meeting, I'd be like, oh my God, did you hear that? Somebody was right in the middle of saying something, and that person sneezed and interrupted them. What the hell? What is this world coming to? That was insane. It wasn't their sneeze or their cough or anything else. It was me. I was an idiot. Like I was just an idiot, right? I was a judgmental prick because I was more concerned about other people, because if I put my concern on other people and how screwed up they are, well, guess what? That means the mirror is a little further away from me. I don't have to look in the mirror. But eventually, I had to look in the mirror. And if I didn't look in the mirror, oh yeah. And my first, Sandy, yeah. My first AA sponsor would say, dude, calm down, man, calm down. And he had this real like radio voice, right? Calm down, dude, it's all good, it's all good. And I go, man, yeah, but you don't understand. He's like, no, man, listen. Look, man, most people don't know the difference between a broken shoelace and a death in the family, right? You just got to let it go, man. Just let it go. So, look, if everyone in the room is an a-hole, you're probably... That's true, Mike. I freaking love that. I'm going to steal that, dude. I'm just telling you right now, I'll try to remember to give you credit, though, man. That's freaking good. I love that. Dan Keller, birthday boy, is in the house. Happy birthday. It's still your birthday, bro. Happy birthday to Dan. Dan the Waterman. Right on. He is a good dude. I whoop him in golf almost every night. I'm kidding. He's got the winning score. He's beaten me more than I've beaten him. It's getting close, though. It's getting close. I think I'm catching him. But anyway, what's that golf game called? I don't even remember what it's called. He's laughing at me. But yeah, I knew he'd laugh at that. But he does have the big. I think he's won maybe 15. Laura Wilkerson, hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Oh, that water. Wow. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. We have Donato's Pizza here in Ohio, and probably up in Michigan, Laura, right? So, Donato's Pizza, and I'm friends with the CEO. She is, even though I like the Buckeyes, Jane is the CEO of Donato. She was actually on Undercover Boss, that CBS show. She's amazing. What a great person. And I'm friends with her. But I had Donato's Pizza tonight. Well, Donato's Pizza has a lot of salt in it, so I'm very thirsty. I'm a pizza addict. I just am. I don't know what else to say about it. I love pizza. And Donato's Pizza, if you've ever had Donato's Pizza, you would understand the pain that I go through. So I'm swelling up. I may have a little bit of salt in me, yeah. I'm drinking clean water, Dan. Hey, I need to talk to you, by the way, about these water bottles, but we'll talk off camera. I need to know how to use them a little better. But I have RO water, bro. You know that, so. Oh, that's good. That's good water. But anyway, look, things are going to go wrong. This all started out by me telling the story about us getting locked out of our house by my little girl. Oh, really? I don't have any asparagus on hand. But hey, you're right up the road in Michigan, and I know that you're all about that stuff. So why don't you just run some down here real quick? I'm kidding. I could probably be to the store a little faster than you could get here. But we are right off of 23, however. So, we got locked out of the house. My wife lost her phone. She thought maybe she dropped it outside, and heck, I can't get a water bottle. Yeah, you need to talk to him. So I know. I know, Laura. So we Liz is hungry now. Donato's Pizza. I don't know if they have it over there, Liz, but oh my God, it's so good. So anyway, so we go outside to look for her phone, and my little girl was upstairs, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "We're going outside to look for Mommy's phone. She thinks she may have dropped it." And so we go outside, and about 3 minutes later, I'm like, "Jill, it's not out here. Excuse me, it's not out here. I mean, unless you dropped it out somewhere in the back, and this is a 5-acre property, so." We're going to have to get you a new phone. That thing is gone. So I come walking back up the driveway, and my little girl comes walking out with her cell phone, and the light turned on it, the bright light on the iPhone. She comes walking out, and I go, "Honey, what are you doing?" I said, "You're supposed to be up there getting ready for bed." "Hey, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in." So she pulls the door shut, and she had locked it because she thought it was locked already. So and the handle on the inside opens either way. And so Abigail, I go, "Honey, it's locked. You locked the door?" And she goes, "I did." And I go, "You locked the door, honey. Why would you lock the door? We're locked out of the house." And she goes, "No." And she grabs it, and so then my wife comes up, and I go, "I already jiggled the handle several times. No need to continue jiggling the handle. It's like hitting the elevator button more than once. It's not going to make it come any faster, I promise. The door is locked. There's no need in jiggling that handle anymore. We are officially locked out of the house." But anyway, so things go wrong, and if you didn't hear the beginning of this, you go back and watch the beginning, because I'm going to bounce off here now. It's late, but it's kind of funny the way it all happened. But hey, things go wrong, man. You just got to deal with it. Hint for winning: find my iPhone and keypad lock. Right, I know. I have both of those actually, but we were literally locked out of the house, so there's no way to access the Find My iPhone. And the keypad lock, I mean, this is a brand new house, so we're just not there yet, but we did, no, we didn't break a window. These are really crazy expensive Anderson windows, so no, we didn't. And I will, Dan, I'll message you. But we did, there's a lockbox that I had to call the doctor that owns the house and that we're renting from, and I said, "Hey man," he's in Jamaica, so I called his U.S. cell phone. It went to voicemail. I'm like, okay, he's in Jamaica. So I call his international cell phone, and he answers it, because I've never called him on that before. And he's like, "I'll bet you will now." I said, "Hey, Doc, how you doing?" He's like, "Good." I go, "Yeah, what's the code?" It's because I said to my wife, "What's the code? What's the code to the lockbox?" She goes, "Oh, it's in my email." I'm like, she looked all hopeful for a second. I go, "Oh, you mean that thing that's on," hey, Tiffany, that thing that's on that device that we can't find of yours, that email? So, yeah, that, I said, I'll just call him and I'll get it. So, we got it. We got a key. We got in. But, things go wrong in life. That happens. And you learn from your own experiences, I suppose, but you can learn from others too. And the book The Road Less Traveled talks about that. The book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, man, that's a great book. If you haven't read that, you need to read that. It's a great book. But you know, we're in the house. Things happen. You know, you don't let circumstances hold you prisoner. If you don't let circumstances hold you prisoner, you have a chance of really, really blowing up in this life. You really do. Yeah, I wouldn't break the window. But you know, a window was open. But the funny part is, my wife's looking in the window, talking to the dog, trying to get him to open the door. I said, he doesn't have opposable thumbs, and he doesn't have much of a brain either. Like, let's just get real. So the dog's not going to open the door. He's probably enjoying the fact that we're locked outside looking at him. So, like, he's not going to open the damn door. Quit talking to the dog. Like, that is probably the thing the only thing that bothered me out of the whole ordeal is my wife talking to the dog thinking he's going to open the door. So anyway, and I'm not saying that there aren't dogs smart enough. Hey, Christy Primer. I'm not saying there aren't dogs smart enough to open a locked door. It's just we don't happen to have one of those dogs. He's a nice dog, and if he's a big dog, if anybody ever came through the door that was not invited, they would probably have the worst day of their life, right? But he's not the kind of dog that would open a door. He's just not that smart. My cat would open the door. Oh, God. Anyway, hey, I'm going to go. I've said that like 4 times. Thank you guys for being on here. It's late. I got to finish up a couple of things here. So I'm going to bounce. Thank you for everybody who shared this, everybody who watched this, gave me the thumbs up. When life comes at you, man, just like, you know, take it on the chin and keep moving, man. Just bob and weave and just stay in there. Stay in the game. Don't let your attitude go downhill, because if you let it take your attitude, you're letting it take everything else. And that you do not need to do at all. Just, I mean, you can, that's your choice. It's your choice. Slide into base, that's right. Sometimes you gotta dive back for the base you were on. You know, shit, I was gonna steal second. Not a good idea, I'm going back to first for a minute, you know. So, you know, you just gotta, you can't let life, the crap that comes at you, you can't let it keep you down. You cannot let it keep you down. It'll steal your success, it'll steal your happiness, it'll steal everything. And you deserve better than that. All right, I'm out. Peace. Thank you guys. Appreciate all of you. Love you all. Literally appreciate all of you being on here. Thank you for everything. Hey, dude. Tim Wade, holy crap, I'm just signing off, my brother. I love you, man. Love you guys. I really appreciate you. Go back and watch the replay because some funny events occurred tonight. Peace out.